As life flows with time, wise teachings from human history have guided us for thousands of years. Known as one of the last good emperors of the Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, which contains the deep teachings of Stoicism, sheds a strong light even today. The basic principles of this ancient philosophy serve as guidelines for finding strength in difficult times and building the inner meaning of life. Life challenges us in different ways at every moment, and these challenges can sometimes shake our inner peace. Marcus Aurelius teaches us the keys to dealing with these challenges and finding inner peace. His teachings are based on the philosophy of Stoicism, which focuses on discovering the inner strength of each of us, helping others, being grateful, and approaching life's challenges from a constructive perspective. Today, let's discover the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. 1. Ignore what others are doing. Marcus Aurelius is known as one of the most influential Stoic philosophers in history. His philosophy focuses on developing inner resilience to the challenges we face in life. In this context, the principle of ignore what others do holds an important place in Aurelius's philosophy of life. Aurelius believed that people should focus on their own inner virtue. For him, dealing with the mistakes of others would mean ignoring our own development and moral values. In his work Meditations, he emphasizes that people are responsible for their own actions and that they should strive for internal healing instead of focusing on external factors. The principle of ignore what others do offers profound advice for how we approach the conflicts and injustices we encounter in daily life. According to him, rather than how others affect us, we should focus on how these influences evoke a reaction in us. This perspective can help us maintain emotional balance and make wiser decisions. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, do not waste the time you have left in your life speculating about your neighbors. Losing loyalty to the ruler within you is a lost opportunity for another task. If we spend our energy on what is happening around us outside of our influence, how can we focus on what we really need to do? Spending most of our time thinking about what others are doing only distracts us from our own goals. Stepping away from platforms like social media and focusing solely on our own needs for a period of time can help us focus less jealously and more on our own creative work. Let's not forget that social media is just a reflection, and real life is the reality we live in. By focusing on ourselves, appreciating small joys, and making real connections, we can escape the effects of social media and enjoy real life. 2. Reality is shaped by your views. Life depends only on how you look at it. Life is shaped by your view. These words of Marcus Aurelius highlight an important truth about how our internal perceptions, rather than the external conditions of reality, shape our lives. The events, situations, and relationships we encounter every day are actually shaped by the meanings we attribute to them, rather than an objective reality. A success, a challenge, or a disappointment has value only depending on our perspective. At this point, having a positive perspective brings with it the power to turn every moment of life into an opportunity for growth. Trying to see every event in a positive light for a week can actually be a way to increase our inner strength. A positive perspective allows us to see the challenges we face as opportunities to learn and grow. We may not have achieved a goal, but we can treat this situation not as a failure, but as a learning experience for better performance in the future. The power of opinion also profoundly affects our relationships and interactions. Approaching with empathy, respecting others' perspectives, and establishing positive communication adds a positive touch to our lives. Turning negative situations into positive not only contributes to our own inner peace, but also affects the people around us with positive energy. Improving the quality of our lives and strengthening our inner strength is possible by focusing not only on events, but also on our perspective on events. Marcus Aurelius' teaching reminds us that it is our inner perspective, not external circumstances, that shapes the reality of life. Seeing every moment as an opportunity and living with a positive perspective helps us find deeper meaning and happiness. 3. Do less. Cut out the unnecessary. As Marcus Aurelius put it with his profound wisdom, if you want peace, reduce your actions. Even better, limit them to only the essentials. This advice reflects a truth that remains valid in today's rapidly changing world. Avoiding unnecessary chaos and actions leads to deeper inner peace. Most of the time, most of the actions and words that fill our lives are actually unnecessary. At every moment of decision, as Marcus Aurelius suggested, is this unnecessary? Asking the question allows you to focus and identify what really matters. Getting rid of unnecessary details is a step towards making our lives more meaningful, as well as reducing stress. In today's world of constant information flow, social media bombardment, and ever-changing demands, it is important to eliminate the unnecessary. In a world where every moment, every action is valuable, managing our energy and time correctly helps us find inner balance and peace. The process of purification from unnecessariness involves not only external actions, but also internal thoughts. Avoiding mental noise and making time for practices such as meditation and mindfulness provide us with inner calm. This inner peace creates a powerful defense mechanism against the chaos of the outside world. Testing every choice and action as unnecessary leads us to live a more conscious life. This simplifies our lives while also allowing us to pursue deeper meaning. Cutting out the unnecessary leads us to connect with what is important and find true meaning. Marcus Aurelius's advice shows us that reducing and cutting out the unnecessary is the key to finding true peace. Shaping every decision we make with this awareness makes life less complicated, more meaningful, and more peaceful. 4. Death is knocking on your door. The impressive advice of Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius invites people to confront a fundamental truth. Think as if you died today, and think of the remaining time as a gift given to you. These words emphasize the perspective that the reality of death brings to our lives and call us to live today in a more meaningful and conscious way. The thought of death is a topic we often try to avoid. However, remembering this truth and shaping our lives accordingly actually brings us freedom and meaning. It is an opportunity to turn every moment into precious moments that we share with our loved ones. Remembering death as an internal source of motivation directs us to focus on our true goals. Avoiding wasting our days, spending time with our loved ones, not holding back from stepping into our dreams, and discovering the beauties of life is possible by remembering that death will knock on our door one day. The reality of death can also help us eliminate the unnecessary from our lives. By making every moment count, we can focus on what really matters instead of wasting our energy on pointless worries and stress. We can strengthen our relationships, improve ourselves, and make a meaningful contribution to helping others. Marcus Aurelius's advice is actually an invitation for us to understand the value of our life and to build our life on the reality of death. By accepting today as a gift, we can take a step to share it with our loved ones, learn, grow, and discover the true meaning. Death is knocking on our door, but this may also mean making peace with reality and starting to live. 5. You are stronger than you think. The moving words of Marcus Aurelius describe how a person can discover his inner strength and survive in the face of adversity. How lucky I am that it has not left me with a bitter taste. I can face the present unshakably and the future without fear. This expression emphasizes overcoming difficulties by increasing our inner strength rather than external factors breaking us. The challenges we face in life are inevitable. Whether it is others trying to harm us, environmental adversity, or personal struggles, it is part of life. But in the face of these difficulties, the advice of Marcus Aurelius offers us some guidance. Imagining ourselves as a strong being in the face of the actions of others, or the negative effects of external factors can increase our internal resilience. Feeling strong is the basis for increasing our resilience to challenges. To reduce the negative effects of an event, a situation, or a person, it is important to focus on how we interpret the situation. When we are exposed to someone else's negative behavior, we can consider the situation as a reflection of their internal problems, rather than seeing it as a personal attack. Marcus Aurelius' statement emphasizes that a mood that leaves no bitter taste creates unshakable strength. This unlocks our potential to transform our negative experiences into a learning opportunity and become stronger with inner strength. Our past experiences are building blocks in building our current unshakableness. In order to look boldly into the future, it is important that we constantly nurture and develop our inner strength. This strengthens our ability to withstand adversity and allows us to step fearlessly into future uncertainties. Increasing our self-confidence reduces the power of external factors to influence us and gives us inner unshakableness. Marcus Aurelius' advice is an invitation to open the doors of inner strength and look at life from a bolder perspective. 6. You work for humanity. Marcus Aurelius' powerful statement emphasizes that man's true happiness comes from doing the things for which he was created. This idea emphasizes the importance of discovering our own potential and finding out how we can transform this potential into service to humanity. Each of us has unique talents and inner strength, which gives us a responsibility to work for humanity. Discovering our own abilities is actually the beginning of an inner journey. Understanding in which areas we are talented, discovering our passions, and thinking about how we can turn these talents into service to humanity is a process that adds meaning to our lives. In this process, the concepts of creativity and service are the cornerstones that create human happiness. Creativity involves not only the artistic sense, but also the process of generating solutions, developing ideas, and presenting new perspectives. By using our own creativity, we have the potential to leave our mark on the world. Our creative efforts can positively impact not only ourselves, but also the world around us. Serving includes the aim of contributing to humanity and helping others. Working for a particular field or community is a step towards improving the lives of others. A person's true happiness emerges when he thinks about how he can serve others rather than his own individual interests. Remembering this purpose and working toward it every day can help us find inner fulfillment and meaning. Creative and service-oriented efforts not only contribute to our individual happiness, but also reveal our potential to have a positive impact on the world from a broader perspective. Marcus Aurelius' statement reminds us of the deep meaning that discovering our own potential and transforming this potential into service to humanity can bring to our lives. Creativity and service are powerful tools for building true human happiness, and by using these tools, we can open the doors to a more meaningful life. 7. Don't complain. Find your way. Solve problems. It calls for looking at the harsh realities of life and adopting a solution-oriented attitude. If your cucumber is bitter, throw it away. If you see thorns in the road, take another path. This statement emphasizes that complaining is not a solution, and that it is necessary to take a constructive approach to the difficulties encountered. Complaining usually doesn't improve a situation. On the contrary, it drains energy and creates a negative atmosphere. Marcus Aurelius' advice suggests that when faced with difficulty or discomfort, accept it and see the option of changing it or approaching it from another perspective. If a situation bothers you, it is important to first think about whether you have a chance to change it. If you cannot change it, accepting that situation can be the beginning of a process of inner peace and acceptance. Complaining not only indicates problems, but can also be an obstacle to a solution-oriented approach. Marcus Aurelius' advice encourages us to learn to approach the challenges we face in every moment of life with a constructive attitude. If we cannot change a situation, Accepting that situation and not wasting energy on factors we have no control over can help us maintain our inner strength. Instead of complaining, thinking about how we can use our limited resources in the best way can help us better evaluate the opportunities life offers. Instead of resolving a situation, complaining only creates negative energy. However, accepting the situation and thinking solution-oriented can help us adopt a more constructive attitude and adapt to the flow of life. This article emphasizes the importance of adopting a more resilient and solution-oriented attitude towards life's challenges. Approaching the challenges we face from a constructive perspective, rather than complaining, can be the key to inner strength and peace. 8. You can live happily anywhere. It reminds us that happiness depends not only on external conditions, but on our internal perspective. You can always experience the peace of green fields in this place or in another. Nothing is different in any place. This idea emphasizes that we should consider the peace of the place we live not only in that place, but as an internal state. Often, living in a different place or getting a new home or environment makes us think that we will increase our inner peace. However, Marcus Aurelius's advice suggests that happiness derives from inner state, not geography. It is possible to experience the peace of green fields everywhere by evaluating our current situation positively and finding inner serenity. The size, decoration, or location of the house should not be factors that determine our happiness. Marcus Aurelius argues that peace and happiness are an internal state. In any place with an inner positive outlook, we can feel the peace of green fields and find inner serenity. Thinking about the positive aspects of our current situation can be a way to increase our inner peace. Discovering the happiness we experience anywhere can reduce the need for external changes and reveal our inner strength. If we feel unhappy somewhere, perhaps we should look for the problem not in external factors, but in our internal perspective. It is important to maintain an internal balance in our desire for change, our goals, or the negativities in the place we live. Marcus Aurelius's advice reminds us that we have the capacity to find inner peace and happiness everywhere. Experiencing the peace of green fields anywhere means finding inner serenity and discovering the beauties of life, understanding happiness as an inner state rather than geography. Realizing that happiness can be found anywhere, adopting an internal perspective, and appreciating our current situation can be a source of true peace and contentment. Marcus Aurelius's advice reminds us that we must find the peace of green fields within ourselves, emphasizing that happiness is an internal state rather than geography. 9. Help the common good. Marcus Aurelius expresses the principle underlying an honorable life as follows. Avoid all actions that are random or purposeful. Secondly, every action should aim only at the common good. These words emphasize that a person can find his own well-being, not only individually, but also by considering the general welfare of the society. A dignified life is not only about looking out for one's own interests, but also about helping others. This assistance should not be random or temporary. On the contrary, every action should aim at the common good. Being sensitive to the needs of others is key to creating a stronger and more durable bond within society. The aim of every action for the common good is a source of inner satisfaction and meaning. Considering only individual interests may mean neglecting the general well-being of society in the long run. Marcus Aurelius's advice emphasizes that one should always shape one's actions with the common good in mind. Helping others is not limited to just providing financial support. It is also important to be empathetic, understanding, and consider others' perspectives. This strengthens the spirit of unity and solidarity in society and creates an environment where people can support each other. Taking steps for the common good is also a process of internal development. Helping others contributes to emotional enrichment and finding meaning and purpose. Therefore, living a dignified life means contributing not only to one's own success, but also to the success and happiness of others. It reminds us that the basis of an honorable life is to help others and to provide this help by considering the common good. Every small or large action for humanity can be a way to contribute to the general well-being of society. This allows both the individual and the society to live a healthier, stronger, and more meaningful life. 10. Be thankful for what you have. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes that we should find the meaning and peace of life in being grateful for what we have. The expression, "Don't get caught up in dreams of the things you don't have, count the basic blessings you have and remember them with gratitude," tells us that we need to remember the values that are lost in our daily lives and increase our inner peace by focusing on these values. In the modern world we live in, it is customary to constantly pursue a goal and want more. However, Marcus Aurelius's advice suggests that happiness and inner peace are possible by appreciating what we have. Counting the basic blessings we have is a key step in the process of finding the meaning of life and integrating that meaning into our lives. In the hustle and bustle of each day, it is easy to forget what we have. But gratitude has the power to remind us of what we have. Starting a morning by thinking about the sunrise, the warmth of loved ones, our health, or an accomplishment can provide a positive outlook for the rest of the day. Gratitude is also a source of internal resilience in the face of difficulties we experience. When we face challenges, remembering the strengths we have, our support system, and our past successes can help us overcome these challenges. Marcus Aurelius's advice includes the power of gratitude to transform negativity into a positive perspective. Being grateful for what we have is also a way to strengthen our relationships and deepen social bonds. Expressing our gratitude to others reinforces feelings of love, respect, and solidarity. This contributes to creating a healthier and more supportive environment in society. Marcus Aurelius teaches that we should find the meaning and peace of life by being grateful for what we have. Remembering our essential blessings is the key to increasing our inner peace and living a more meaningful life. Living each day with gratitude is an invitation to enjoy the moment rather than tying happiness solely to future goals. On this journey, we discovered a world full of the teachings of Marcus Aurelius. Now it is time to integrate these teachings into our lives. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius are not only the thoughts of an ancient emperor, but also a key that opens the doors to a journey of inner enlightenment. With this key, we can make every moment of life more meaningful, find inner peace, and discover the power of living with gratitude with what we have. Let us make every moment count, live each moment with gratitude, and be filled with the courage to live a life filled with these teachings. Don't forget to subscribe, like our videos, and comment to walk together on the path of wisdom.